Yeah, you're not quite there yet. That fosters a growth mindset. You're not doing it. We don't quite have it yet. That's a growth that fosters a growth mindset. Versus you didn't do it. You failed. It didn't work. Of course, that's also white language. So you want to use that yet. And then checkpoints. I think we're leaving money on the table because we don't have them. A lot of companies don't have checkpoint meetings at all. In California, there's such a high bar to become a salaried worker, an exempt employee, that we have people literally managing stores, major stores, and they're hourly workers. And so hourly workers tend not to get checkpoint meetings. I don't know why that is what it is, and then other companies look at checkpoint meetings as something that are for when people are doing poorly. They're on a performance management plan. First of all, I would say a performance management plan is not a negative. A performance management plan, I know how it's talked about, but a performance management plan is we're going to manage performance and make it better. That's why we have the development plan. Checkpoint meetings are a way to talk about the development plan and the progress and the next level and taking the next steps. Imagine a sports team that never had practices. Imagine a sports team that had practice but never had feedback. Now, you don't have a game every week in your business, but what I would say is that you have opportunities that show up every once in a while, and those are your opportunities to make major ground on 10x. And that's the big game for you. And you don't know when those big game moments are going to show up. So we want to keep building that team and preparing them, and that's when the stakes are highest. We've all had those existential crisis feeling moments, and that's what you're preparing these people for. And then rewarding the desired behavior. So this is conditioning. You would never expect a sports team to rely solely on telling the players what to do. They condition it. They condition the behavior. And by the way, the reason why blue language is so important is because it literally conditions the behavior. You see, when I use red language, you did a good job. We're attaching the language, we're attaching the good feelings, the dopamine, the serotonin boost that comes from that. It's getting attached to me as the leader. And so when I'm not around, we don't know what that person is going to be doing. When you have blue language, it's attached to the task. It's attached to the behavior. Now the dopamine release and the serotonin boost is attached to that behavior. It's like the gamification. It's like why the people can do gaming for hours and hours. You're literally improving the intrinsic motivation by using blue language. So that's rewarding the desired behavior with blue language, a conversation with relatedness. It also helps with the self-determination theory, right? Because the competence and relatedness get tapped there. Then the next box I have is empowerment. Progressive, and this is the developmental plan. We want to have something that's progressive, always building on, getting better. Capability-based, so we're looking at what they can do. We're not just training everybody the same. You're doing an assessment of what people need. And I have a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 format. Now this is kind of generic, but if you think about it, if I give an assignment, I want to have a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this week we're going to meet 5 days. Next week we'll meet 4 days. The following week it'll be 3, then 2, then 1. But that can also be in 1 week. So you say today with this new task, we're going to meet 5 times today. This hour, this hour, this hour, to get them to make sure they're doing it right. Then tomorrow we're going to meet 4 times. Then we're going to meet 3 on Wednesday, then 2. Or you can do it months. You can do it over a month. We're going to meet 5 times this month, and then the next month we'll meet 4 times. Whatever it is, it depends. My point is that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're recognizing the fact that people are not going to come out of the chute 100%. I talked about this before, right? You've got to have this latitude to develop and get better. That's where the growth mindset comes in, because you're rewarding effort and activity, not just the result. This 70% is passing in school, and then all of a sudden we hit work and it's 100. 100 is it, and anything else than that you're losing. We want to get away from that, and that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 acknowledges that there's a growth track that has to hit. Aligned with strengths. So empowerment should be aligned with strengths. Everybody should not get the same level of empowerment. You want to empower people based on what their strengths are